E ben ritrovati, cari glitch. Come state? Spero tutto bene. Spero che mi sentiate, mi vediate correttamente, sentiate l'audio del gioco. E sì, oggi finale di Metal Gear Solid 2. Io devo sempre capire come fare roteare codesto cavo che mi dà molto fastidio. Ciao Matt, grazie mille alla sub di Pat Solitario. Grazie, grazie, grazie. Aloha, ciao Harlock. Spammate queste emote che c'è. L'emote wall, ne approfittiamo per questo finale di Metal Gear Solid 2. Ormai ci siamo. Raiden è stato colpito da Pliskin. In arte Pliskin in realtà è Snake. Lo sapevamo già da un po'. E non sappiamo. Ecco, così, bellissimo. Non sappiamo che cosa succederà a Raiden. Non sappiamo dove andrà, che fine farà. E non sappiamo nulla. Quindi è il momento di dare ciccia a questo content. Quindi faccio subito la mossa del Cobra. E carichiamo. Tra l'altro ci eravamo lasciati con un bel cliffhangerone. Fatemi sapere se l'audio del gioco si sente, fatemi sapere se i feedback audio vanno bene.
I've checked everything, including the genome data, but there's nothing on this guy. NSA, CIA, FBI. He doesn't exist in any database. He's a non-existent operative from a non-existent organization.
I suspected as much. However, I know this man. Wake him up.
Momento della tortura? Esattamente come nel primo Metal Gear Solid. Ah.
It's been a while, hasn't it? Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper. What?
You know this fellow?
You remember me, don't you? You've grown.
Ai.
High concentration of cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory, too?
Iniziamo con la tortura.
This is my son.
What?
I taught him everything. Jack.
È nudo completamente. Inquadratura tattica.
You know me?
You don't remember. Your name, your skills. Everything you know, you learn from
Grazie
me.
Turok. Sì, sono a buon punto.
The 80s. A civil war.
Momento importante per la storia di Raiden questo. Bambini soldato.
When you were barely 10 years old, you became the platoon leader of the small boy unit. At the time, your outstanding kill record earned you several nicknames, including White Devil and Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper.
Jack, I was your godfather. I named you. When the war ended, you disappeared from the relief center. I wondered what happened to you. I should have known they would recruit you.
It's an interesting coincidence.
If he's a lackey for the Patriots, I doubt he knows anything of interest.
Soldati
What
penetici,
should we do
esatto.
with him?
We'll use him like you suggested.
What about Dead Cell?
Ignore them. Happening again?
Could it be that he's here too?
In another hour, we demonstrate the power of Arsenal gear.
Attack with standard weapons, of course.
Yes, proceed as planned.
At last report, all is well with GW.
How about the troops?
The men are being refitted with arsenal gear equipment as ordered. You're the spitting image of Big Boss.
Abbastanza. Con tanto di benda sull'occhio.
Is that so? Perhaps I should be grateful to this kid for that.
This situation, I find it very nostalgic.
Eh sì, esattamente come nel primo Metal Gear Solid.
Why, inside arsenal gear, of course. Actually, we're also inside the memory of Shadow Moses. I'll take this back. You don't need this anymore, do you?
Io ho preso il disco. Qua c'è Olga che non guarda.
Foul wind is blowing. We shall speak again.
Per la privacy.
Don't move. Stay as you are. We're being monitored by a camera.
What are you up to?
I'm switching over to nanocommunication.
Attenzione. Ci vuole aiutare?
Mr. X? Ninja?
Correct. It's me.
I thought you were the leader of the
Ah.
Russian troops.
No, that was just a smokescreen.
A smokescreen?
I was sent to provide you support.
Support? Who sent you? The Colonel?
No, the Patriots.
What?
I deceived my troops, betrayed them.
But why?
My child is being held hostage by the Patriots. It all started 2 years ago when I lost my father during the tanker incident. My men and I had nowhere to go, so we joined forces with an illegal Russian organization.
The Russian Mafia?
Something like that, actually. I learned much later that it was a subordinate organization of the Patriots. I was expecting at the time. When I gave birth to my child, it turned out I was in a hospital run by the Patriots. In the morning, my child was gone. My baby is being kept somewhere in this country.
Have you ever met your child?
No. Once a month, they send me a photo of my child via network. I've never even held the child in my own arms.
I see. Given your situation, nobody can blame you for what you did.
That's your opinion.
What about Snake? I thought you were enemies.
He wasn't responsible for my father's death. Actually, we owe him our lives. 2 years ago, they were responsible for getting us out of the sinking tanker alive.
E lo abbiamo fatto questo, no?
So you were partners since the incident?
No, I only found out the truth shortly before this.
Huh?
When I confronted him here.
You fought with Snake? When?
Well, it was around the time you were holding hands with that girl.
Snake. So you joined hands with him to pay back a debt.
No, mutual gain.
Mutual gain?
My job was to assist you. If Solidus gets away with Arsenal, your mission is a failure. The Patriots would judge that as failure on my part, and terminate my child. Putting it simply, my child's life depends on your success.
So you did it all for your child. But why would the Patriots want to help me? Are they hoping I'll take Solidus out?
No, you're just like me. We're just pawns.
Pawns for what purpose?
The S3 plan.
Huh?
You'll figure it out sooner or later, but I wonder if you'll handle the truth.
What do you mean?
Listen, we haven't got time for this. Solidus will commence his attack any minute. He's got to be stopped.
What about the virus?
No results so far. I think the Patriots have tampered with the program.
Will it work?
I don't know.
Get me out of this thing.
Not yet. I'll release your restraints after I leave this room.
Where's my gear?
Snake's got everything. I couldn't bring it here.
And where do I find Snake?
The passageway ahead leads to a hangar. He'll be waiting there. I gave him a card key for the hangar.
Does Snake plan to destroy Arsenal gear?
No, even for Snake, it's impossible to completely destroy this thing. The only option is to stop Solidus and his men.
What are you going to do?
Stay concealed. That's my role. I still can't afford to be discovered.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find you.
Listen, I'll free you in a little while. Brace yourself.
Ovviamente vede tutto sfocato perché è un po' stordito Raiden. Ma a quanto pare Olga sta dalla nostra parte, ci ha spiegato tutto per filo e per segno e a breve saremo liberi da queste macchine.
Jack, are you all right?
Oh, yeah.
Jack, is it true? What Solidus said?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Drafting small children, sending them to war? It's not allowed under international conventions.
ICC rules don't mean a lot in war. Someone told me that there are over 300,000 children in combat right now. I was just one of them.
So you remember. I thought your memory had been manipulated by them.
It was, but I have nightmares every day. Pieces of the past I can't put together.
Why didn't you tell me?
You couldn't begin to understand.
You wouldn't know that until you try me.
I didn't want you to get hurt. There was never a real reason for me to fight, except that someone put a gun in my hand. And that someone was him.
It wasn't your fault.
If I survived the day's fight, I was praised, fed, and had a bed to sleep in. I think I was only 6 when I held my first AK. But I'm not even sure of that.
Jack.
I'm not like Snake. I never questioned why we fought. There was no purpose, no way out. They give you a gun, you ask how many to kill. If you didn't, you were the one they shot instead.
It's okay. No one is blaming you.
We were shown Hollywood action films every day. The kind with macho guys and big guns. They call it image training.
Ugh.
They built us from the ground up into killing machines. We were fed once a day. I can still taste the gunpowder they mixed into the food.
Gunpowder? In the food?
The gunpowder had toluene in it, giving it hallucinogenic properties. It kept us drugged, controllable.
Oh my God!
When the Civil War ended, those of us who survived were taken in by NGOs. They gave me a new life in the States. I can't complain. But nothing's changed. The only people who have no problem with my past have secrets and agendas of their own. Terrible nightmares. Every night. I can never forget.
Jack.
I'm afraid of the night. That's why I don't sleep next to you.
You should have told me.
Told you what? That I'm a killer? And always have been?
No, no.
What I hate more than anything else in the world is my own past. I didn't want you or anyone to know about it. Now I know why I was chosen for this mission. No one can take him on, take him down, except me. I've been kept alive this long for this. I knew as soon as I saw Solidus.
Jack, I love you the way you are now. You have to believe me. I didn't know anything about you, I admit that. Where you were born, how you grew up. But I know that now. And I know that what I feel for you can only get better. And I'll share in your past if that's the price.
It doesn't work that way. No one can share the burden of what I've done. It's not one of those warm and fuzzy things couples share.
I accept the good and the bad, Jack. That's what you do for someone you love.
I don't want to share my past with anyone. I just want to forget about it.
Jack, I haven't told you, about what I've done.
The last 2 years with you, It's been more than I've ever hoped for.
Jack.
But I can't go any farther. I know you want to get married, but I can't. I can't risk starting a family. There's no way to erase my childhood.
It's all right, Jack. Please, don't say any more.
Un bello shock, ragazzi. Abbiamo scoperto, sì, in tutto questo Raiden è un eunuco. No, il fatto è che dobbiamo parlare un attimo. Mi rendo conto che ci sono stati molti momenti dialogati, però è importante capire questa cosa. Jack, Raiden, nome in codice Raiden, ha tenuto tutto questo dentro, ma non appena visto Solidus ha ricordato il suo passato, ha ricordato chi è realmente. Jack è un soldato sin da bambino, cioè abbiamo avuto modo di scoprirlo grazie a questi racconti, lo ha tenuto nascosto per tutto questo tempo anche allo stesso giocatore. Fa molto riflettere questa cosa e al tempo stesso ti fa in un certo senso capire come sia l'unico che può realmente sventare i piani dell'Arsenal Gear. In tutto questo siamo nudi. Non abbiamo niente con noi. Penso che stiamo pure morendo di freddo. C'è tanto freddo. Dobbiamo trovare una via d'uscita. Questa visuale dall'alto che non ci fa capire molto bene dove ci troviamo. E scarichiamo un pochettino di informazioni in merito. Ok. Da notare che si è messo a nudo sia metaforicamente che concretamente. Esatto, esatto, si è messo a nudo. Sappiamo adesso molte cose di Raiden. O di Jack.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to
Colonnello?
locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Colonnello, c'è qualcosa che non ci stai dicendo? Perché aveva la voce così distorta? Io devo salvare, chiaramente. Questa è forse la mia parte preferita di Metal Gear Solid 2, perché è fuori di testa.
Jack, I was serious when I said I wanted you to
Va bene, Rose. Rose, ti devo preoccupata, anche se dissuadessi lo sguardo per un istante tu spariresti. Volevo assicurarmi che tu non potessi scappare. Avremmo potuto cambiare le cose insieme. Insomma, mi dispiace. Ti amo davvero. Vabbè, questi momenti... No, non dovevo chiamarla di nuovo. Per favore. Stiamo chiaramente molto attenti perché siamo nudi. E quindi, se ci scoprissero sarebbe game over. Game over assicurato.
Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me, and when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it.
La rottura della quarta parete cocimiana.
Infiltrate the enemy fortress. Outer heaven. Destroy the final weapon. Metal Gear.
Ragazzi, succederanno un sacco di cose pazze in questo quarto d'ora, 20 minuti. Tra l'altro, se notate i piedi di Raiden, quando cammina ci sono degli esagoni per terra. Quasi come se il gioco ci stesse proprio facendo capire che stiamo vivendo una simulazione e quello che sta vivendo Raiden in prima persona non è reale. Come se il gioco stesso volesse farci dubitare della nostra stessa esistenza.
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
Il colonnello è completamente impazzito. Occhio a non farci vedere da varie ed eventuali. Potenzialmente possiamo scendere le scale qui. Beh, vediamo cosa hanno da dirci. Il colonnello comincia a farmi paura, però. Sembrava quella scena di Scream Movie 4 che c'era il bambino che faceva Subaru, Mitsubishi. Fa un bagno. No, non c'è nessuno. Non c'è nessuno. Ok, meno male. Allora, dove dobbiamo andare, mo? Occhio. Che scena meravigliosa, sì sì sì. Bellissima. Ma sono iniziato da 20 minuti. Ma senti colonnello, vedi che ti vengo a prendere, eh? Non hai altro da fare nella vita. Devi intrattenere un pubblico. Stiamo portando la Metal Gear Solid Saga. Ma come ti permetti? Ora mi dissocio da quello che dice il colonnello e da quello che dirà il colonnello nelle prossime ore. Sta completamente perdendo la testa, colonnello. Allora. L'azione, questo ci fa tanto piacere. Ma io dove devo andare in tutto questo? Sto facendo il giro completo. Dove devo andare? Non mi ricordo più. Ah, ok.
Actually, there is something I have been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you should know, though. On Saturday morning last week, I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were...
Aia, tradimento?
Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but...
Porca miseria.
Who's there?
Ma qua è dove abbiamo iniziato? Cioè abbiamo fatto tutto il giro della mappa? Sono proprio uno scemo.
An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves.
Raga, il colonnello mi inquieta. Il colonnello è entrato in modalità giornalista di studio aperto del 2006. Sì, sì, Lucignolo. Sì, sì, il colonnello è impazzito, raga. diventato un pazzo furioso. Ma io non ho capito dove devo andare, però. No, 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 non è successo niente. No, non c'è nessuno. C'è nessuno. Ah, lì devo andare. Ok. Minchia lucignolo.
President Baker should be somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists discover his code.
Questa è una frase di Metal Gear Solid 1, il presidente Baker. Ok, c'è una telecamera. C'è un soldato penetico. Me ne vado. Vabbè, c'eravamo quasi, dai. Non ti aspettavi scene del genere su Metal Gear Solid 2? Amore, non hai visto niente.
I was a North American fall webworm in my past life. Oh, those were the good old days. What were you in your former life?
Parla di reincarnazione, Campbell. Non ci sta più col cervello. È completamente fuori. Chiamerà ogni secondo, raga.
Actually, I'm in really bad shape financially. I pay money to my ex-wife as part of our divorce settlement, among other bills. I just had no choice but to make you pay for lunch the other day. I'm really sorry.
Parlano del prezzo delle bollette, del fatto che c'è delle spese.
Variety level 13. Rescue Merrill, the return of Ginola. You got a PSG-1? You can use that against Sniper Wolf. Hurry up and save Merrill.
Ma che impazzito totale. Perché il visore c'aveva quella donna? Infatti c'è un motivo per cui parla in quel modo. Non so se già sai. Certo che sto stando al
I
gioco.
hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey Rock. I need scissors. 61.
Roberto! Sì, lo so. Lo conosco molto bene. Questa scena in particolare la conosco molto bene. Sto al gioco.
Your mission is to infiltrate the Fortress Galloway, rescue the hostages, and neutralize Metal Gear before its assembly is complete.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
No, it's something else.
What is it?
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Attenzione, colpo di scena.
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like what I felt for you.
E là,
So
samurai.
that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known. Why else would they toss an analyst into the
Benvenuto.
mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes,
sì.
the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
So it was artificial on my end too. It was just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Jack.
I feel better knowing that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense, the deception was my own, not theirs.
Jack, I thought I was acting because that was my job. But I did fall in love with you. That wasn't an act.
You expect me to believe that? It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand.
Ma poi perché dire queste cose adesso?
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying. I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose, what's going on?
Era Rose? Non era Rose? Ormai non si capisce più cosa è reale e che cosa non lo è.
How you walk around like that?
Snake.
Been waiting long?
Eccolo. E starnutisce, c'ha freddo.
Right over there.
Ah.
That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there.
Nano communication.
Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked. Not happy about that? Get over it.
Any effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but...
25 Metal Gear.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
I've stocked up on Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Ah, che bello questo momento.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades. Move the right stick up and down to make a vertical slice, and left and right to slice parallel to the ground. Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut.
Esatto.
Push it forward to lunge and strike.
E parte subito. Rules of nature.
Button pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
Non vedo l'ora di portarvi Sekiro, raga. Scusa Snake, non ti volevo fare la bua. Scusami, mi stavo allenando. Damn kid. Scusami, ho capito. Proviamo a parlare col colonnello.
Variety level 7. Shoot down the space invaders. Training will have to be postponed if we are invaded by UFOs.
Di nuovo.
Snake, there's a fork in the conveyor belt. The machine is automatically sorting cargo according to some system. Take a good look at the device.
Cavolo, sì, Sekiro mi piacerebbe un sacco seguirlo da te. Era una domanda o un punto esclamativo? Comunque sì, lo porterò prima o poi.
Big boss here. Enter the track on the bridge to the right. Over.
Voglio fargli esaurire i dialoghi, ragazzi, perché ce n'è uno in particolare che mi ricordo da allora, da quando l'ho giocato per la prima volta.
Communicator Entertainment Program, Idea Spy 2.5, Episode 1, New York. Here in the city where dreams come true and desires rule, something is being bought, sold, and thrown away, even as we speak. But behind the scenes of business as usual, the nefarious
lo so.
JE Corporation lines its already bloated coffers with profits from worthless products. As
Ah, stai
JE
delirando come il
sells their
colonnello.
goods into purchasing high-priced junk, the FBI mobilizes a top-secret task force to put a stop to the menace. Now,
Si
the
sta
city's
rompendo.
best-kept secret spy is out there, briefed and ready to protect the people from JE, the catalog of conspiracy. Just call him 2.5.
Di nuovo.
Snake, like Shakespeare said, naught's had, all's spent, where our desire is got without content. Basically, it means that your desire can get you into trouble if you're not careful. That goes for items, too. Don't get too greedy, or you might be sorry. Be careful, Snake. Snake. Remember what De Gaulle said.
Mei-Ling.
The graveyards are full of indispensable men.
Queste sono le frasi che diceva Mei-Ling quando dovevi salvare. E c'è un modello di Mei-Ling del 2 in esclusiva.
All alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
No, fino a quando non troviamo quello che dico, mi dispiace, ma
You wouldn't be trying to give yourself a bogus score using some ingenious trick, would you? That's just about as low as anyone could possibly stoop. I can't believe you sometimes.
l'ultimo, dai.
Your mission is to You wouldn't.
Ok, non ce ne sono più. Vabbè, vuol dire che arriverà adesso. Ah, forse devo fare questo. Snake, per me possiamo andare. Ok.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo.
Wait up, Snake.
What?
Ora ve lo spiego.
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between reality and a game.
Diminished sense of reality, huh? VR training will do that.
No, it was field training when I was a kid. I lied, Snake. I have more field experience than I can remember. It's not VR that's doing this to me.
Raiden, we don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit. Just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
Meraviglioso, questa frase incarna alla perfezione lo spirito di Metal Gear.
Snake, Raiden.
Otacon, you all right?
Yeah.
E gli ideali
So
di
we're all
Snake
hostages.
soprattutto.
That's good news.
How's everything on your end?
All right for now, but there is something.
What?
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Strange? How?
Just strange. No idea.
Interference?
I don't know.
Where is this Colonel?
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me on the codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
Esattamente come nel primo. Oh oh. Ci hanno sgamato. Solo che questa volta non siamo soli. C'è il buon Snake. La musica è cambiata, il mood si è trasformato in un mix tra i primi Metal Gear Solid e Zone of the Enders. Stiamo per affrontare un esercito di Metal Gear, dobbiamo essere pronti a tutto. Come dice Snake, trova qualcosa per cui combattere e tramandala al mondo. Fai condividere, lascia che i tuoi ideali vengano trasmessi e condivisi alle generazioni future. Per non smettere mai di credere in quello che vuoi, in quelli che sono i tuoi sogni, le tue aspirazioni, le tue battaglie. Non c'è messaggio migliore di questo. Cazzo. Potenzialmente potrei usare la spada, ragazzi, ma contro i mitra. Esatto. Bravo. Finirebbe Catherine J. Jr. Guarda quella... Snake sta morendo in tutto questo. Non abbiamo più razioni. È morto? Merda. Abbiamo sbagliato qualcosa. Che poi mi fanno iniziare con la pistola pensando vabbè c'ho solo la pistola. Invece avevo un arsenale. Cioè avevo l'M4, il PSG1. Mi hanno fatto iniziare con la pistola. Pensavo vabbè c'ho solo la pistola. Invece no. C'ho il mondo di roba che mi sono perso in questi 5 minuti. Niente, io che morivo come un deficiente. Quindi non ti sei perso proprio nulla, pazzo. Molto difficile mirare col fucile. Devo andare con la spada? Vogliamo giocare allo spadaccino pazzo? Proviamo. Aia. Che dolore. Grazie Snake. Morirò male. In questi 5 minuti in realtà ti sei perso la frase di Snake sull'importanza del futuro. Ah. Guardate quanto sangue. Una mattanza. Il problema è che Non va bene questa cosa. Forse dobbiamo salire le scale. O no? Finito? Vabbè, Snake è sopravvissuto. L'importante è questo.
Raiden, about this colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
Addirittura.
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The kernel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nano.
2001.
The kernel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and
2001, raga.
Crazy.
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the kernel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden,
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Bene. Mi sono dovuto allontanare, avevo la lavatrice che sembrava sul punto di distruggere l'amica. Addirittura. E che cos'è? Hai fatto bene ad allontanarti allora.
Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden.
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Sta succedendo tutto un po' troppo in fretta. Però sì, è chiaro che il colonnello non sta bene e Rose non sta più comunicando con noi. Quindi c'è qualcosa che non va nelle comunicazioni che hanno fatto a Raiden per tutto questo tempo. E ragazzi, noi abbiamo una sola razione e dobbiamo affrontare una delle cose più difficili del gioco. Saremo in grado di farcela? Probabilmente no. Però si va verso quello che è il finale di Metal Gear Solid 2. Snake, droppami una razione, please. Non siamo morti, ragazzi, è il gioco che ci sta fottendo, eh. Non siamo morti, non siamo morti. È fantastica questa cosa. Stiamo giocando, come potete vedere. Questa è la meta narrativa di Kojima. Ed è il motivo per cui adoro quello che fa. ...2001, raga. Parlava di intelligenza artificiale. E parlava di nanomacchine. quando si dice che un uomo è un visionario, ci sta chiaramente riferendo a questo. E io sto morendo però. Sì, dammi sta razione, te ne prego, per favore. A posto. Non abbiamo razioni. Guardate un po' chi c'è.
Fortune. It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us.
Tuo padre, eh?
Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can.
Giusto.
Starting with you, Solid Snake.
Damn! Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
Non conosco questa attrice. Non abbiamo razioni, ragazzi. Moriremo malissimo. Però ci proveremo lottandoci. Troppe C. Sono emozionato e allo stesso tempo terrorizzato.
Jack, I've been watching how you fight. It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from it. And now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now.
Un drift, esatto.
I've given you a worthy opponent at least. But now you should die as the little Jackie.
Ma non è Wesker, Carlo. È semplicemente Solidus. È arrivato. È arrivata la fight più difficile del gioco. È arrivata. Solidus Wesker non si può sentire. Eccoci. Guardate sullo sfondo. Quanti sono? Non so perché ha smirato malissimo. È un uomo solo, raga. È dura, non ho più vita. Narrazione me la potrebbero pure droppare. First try. Grazie, grazie. Esattamente come Grey Fox.
Oh, but don't do this. They'll know.
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
What about you? This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family. I know I'm going to help, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell!
Live, vivi, non salvati. Povera Olga. Che finaccia. Che finaccia terribile.
Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off.
Attenzione.
What's going on? What's wrong with it?
GW, it's out of control.
What?
Mette molto triste per Olga. Purtroppo Solidus è un grande stronzo. Non ha alcuno scrupolo.
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
Bene. Ben ti sta, Solidus.
Stupid machines!
Le macchine che sanguinano. Quanto ideachi hanno questa cosa. L'autore di Evangelion, per capirci. Sei arrabbiata con Kojima perché fa morire tutti i personaggi che ti piacciono? Sono degli Eva. Più o meno. Ricorda un po' l'Eva 01 quando va in Berserk.
Damn the Patriots!
Mi dispiace, amore.
You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Snake?
Bring him in.
Certo. Salviamo assolutamente. Non credevo che saremmo riusciti a fare la parte dei Metal Gear al primo
Are you
tentativo.
awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Tortura time. Mamma mia.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
I grandi plot twist.
Ames and the president's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Fox Die. Did you really think they were all a coincidence?
Ce ne eravamo accorti, no?
Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the president, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Fox Die. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fat Man was a different story. He's one of our own people, a sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project?
È stato colpito.
How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you?
Ce lo chiediamo tutti in
Wasn't
sala.
magic or some new age mumbo jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural. Only cutting-edge technology.
Solidus mi sa che non ha capito niente. Buonasera Zorino. You mean Laleilulelo? Eh sì, diciamo che quella cosa non gliel'abbiamo fatta dire a Campbell, anche se avrei voluto tanto dicesse quella frase. Ma non ci pensiamo.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
How's this then? Damn.
Fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down! possible.
She is Lady Luck.
A quanto pare qualcosa di magico c'era, dopo tutto.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn! Try this instead. No!
Guardate la mano.
No! No, not now!
Sì, è vero, quando ci mette il misticismo spesso tende a esagerare un po'. Brothers, indovinato un po' chi è.
I've been waiting for this. It can't be.
Ha preso possesso del corpo di Ocelot. Brothers.
You were inside Ocelot?
Eh sì.
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss.
Non penso che Solidus lo potrebbe dire, però sarebbe stato divertente sicuramente.
Time to say goodbye.
Damn.
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
Povero Snake legato. Ah, si è liberato finalmente.
Stop this thing. Hey, Snake, you coming?
Sì, in faccia lo ha palesemente dichiarato. Ma sì. Game over. Qua nel frattempo l'Arsenal Gear è completamente in preda alle GW e si sta fottendo tutto quanto. Perché ricordiamoci che un virus ha intaccato l'intelligenza artificiale dell'Arsenal Gear e sta esplodendo tutto, sta andando in vacca tutto quanto. E ci stiamo avvicinando in un luogo abitato. Il caso vuole che passa tranquillamente sotto il ponte. Guardate quanto è grande l'Arsenal Gear. Pensate che là dentro c'erano ben 35 Metal Gear Ray. E siamo arrivati alla scena finale del gioco. Alla boss fight finale. Allo scontro che tutti noi stavamo aspettando.
Federal Hall.
È impazzito, è impazzito.
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
No, il 25 febbraio.
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago.
GW.
And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
Sons of Liberty.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship.
Yeah.
Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation.
Parlava di
The data of
censura
life is
digitale.
transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles.
Yes.
Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty.
Ed ecco perché questo gioco si chiama così.
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, The evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
2001, lo ripeterò all'infinito.
Ends, not with
Sì.
a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, You simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now, we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity.
Che follia.
S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
Sì, a catena. Tutto bene, Turok, tutto bene. Stiamo assistendo al vero significato di S3.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method.
Te l'avevo detto, Harlock.
We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Bellissimo.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Rivelazioni su rivelazioni.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
Sì, tantissimo, tantissimo la similitudine anche con Grey Fox e Naomi. Che ricordiamo Grey Fox che ha ucciso i genitori di Naomi. E l'ha portata con sé, l'ha presa con sé.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
Un tanto di colombe sullo sfondo. Sì, il simbolo di pace. Aia. Aia. Vado a fuoco. Maledetto. Lui e le sue maledette fiamme.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Cazzito? Questo fuoco maledetto. Non so se ci riusciamo, raga.
What's wrong with you?
Dolore.
What's wrong with you?
Sono troppo avido. E dai. Ok.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
Oh no. Diventa forzutissimo. Tutto per le nostre piccole nanomacchine.
Right, you have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. We're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the? The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
Terribile. Da parte di Raiden sentirsi dire tutto questo. Scoprire tutte queste sconcertanti verità. Tutte insieme. Senza nemmeno il tempo di metabolizzare, perché il gioco stesso non ci dà il tempo di comprendere fino in fondo, perché siamo troppo concentrati. È velocissimo e io non ho vita. Sto morendo. Muoio. Brucio. Brucio per sempre. Devo prendermi di coraggio. Ma non c'ho qualcosa per curarmi un attimo, Per telecompresse, no.
Let's go. Is that the best you can do?
Ok. Mentre tuo padre vuole ucciderti dopo che ha confessato di aver eliminato i tuoi genitori biologici, esatto. Come se non bastasse, no? Per non parlare di tutto il mistero dietro i Patriots, di cui conosciamo veramente poco. Ma adesso è il momento di gustarci il finale, con la morte e la sconfitta di Solidus Snake. Sotto la statua di George Washington. Sta parlando, ha detto qualcosa. Schizzi di sangue alla Tarantino. E non solo. Cosa avrà detto? È finita. Siamo stati bravissimi oggi, devo dire. Qui ci sarebbe tanto da parlare di metanarrativa dopo sto finale. Ancora non è finito del tutto. Però sì, come hai detto tu, Zorino, è a conti fatti il primo vero gioco postmoderno da tutti non compreso. La città deserta, tra l'altro. E ora si ripopola.
Who am I, really? No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
Dog tags.
Digisnake. Che bello.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word. Even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up. We have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriot's identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Guardate un po' chi c'è.
Snake?
Pagallino.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
Perché ha le manette? Ah, sono spezzate, ok. Lei si tocca la pancia come per dire sono incinta. BDS. Non penso.
Do you remember this place?
E qua si piange.
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
Si è ricordato finalmente.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. But genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things that aren't written into our DNA. It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is
Mi
that a
brucia l'occhio.
proposal?
This is for your ears only.
Incredibile. Mi stronca questo finale, raga, ogni volta. Ma mai come quello del 3. Mai. Oh, finalmente vi posso leggere. Parlare 20 anni prima di IA, controllo e filtraggio di informazioni su internet, di anticipare figure che controllano le informazioni come adesso lo sono Zuckerberg e Musk, una roba fottutamente attuale, senza contare la rottura totale della quarta parete, con le piastrine, con un nome che non solo che stanno a significare la liberazione dell'ultimo controllo, quello del giocatore stesso, in quanto Raiden non voleva essere lì e probabilmente non avrebbe agito mai secondo i parametri di missione, in quanto il suo desiderio era solo scappare, fondamentalmente. Il 3 è imbattibile, sì, dal punto di vista emotivo, assolutamente, però io mi devo soffiare il naso e abbasso un attimo il gain, perché sennò vi stordisco. Ok, prova, ok. Allora, abbasso non posso perché sennò se ne va. E ragazzi, abbiamo finito Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, un gioco avveniristico, se vogliamo. Io sono ancora emozionato e non lo so perché mi succede quando gioco delle opere del genere, e specialmente questo finale, avendolo rigiocato, ha lasciato il segno molto più di quando lo finì la prima volta. Abbasso un po' il volume della musica, lo farò. Lo farò. Lo faccio. Lo faccio. L'ho fatto più che altro per una questione di copyright. Nel 3 però io pianto più per la commozione per la rabbia. E anche, però qua io piango per la commozione che ho, piango interiormente, intendo, per il senso di responsabilità che abbiamo verso il futuro, tutti noi. E questo è quello che ci vuole trasmettere Metal Gear Solid 2, il lascito, il concetto di eredità, il concetto di controllo, di, in un certo senso, digitalizzazione del DNA, digitalizzazione della realtà che viene plasmata attraverso i nostri occhi, che in un certo senso non ci fanno più comprendere cosa è reale, cosa non lo è, in cosa dobbiamo credere. Noi abbiamo giocato un videogioco è un'opera di finzione, per eccellenza è un'opera creata da una mente, da più menti, come in questo caso. Non ce la faccio, piango tantissimo. L'unica cosa ironica sarebbe se Rosemary è più stronza la sua IA che non lei stessa. No, ma in realtà quello che abbiamo sentito nella parte finale, io sono dell'idea che era tutta un costrutto, non era la vera Rosemary. La cosa più originale è il modo in cui vengono esposti questi contenuti, più che i contenuti stessi. Kojima tratta argomenti che non sono sicuramente nuovi, ma lo fa in una maniera tutta sua. Cosa che già nel 2001 non era facile, non era assolutissimamente facile, specialmente dopo quello che è accaduto alle Torri Gemelle. Il finale non doveva essere questo, e nonostante tutto sono riusciti a cavarne qualcosa. Non è che li tratta a modo suo, come quello che fanno tutti, lui anticipa di 20 anni, assolutamente. E quello che stiamo vedendo con Death Stranding ne è la prova lampante. Vero streamare che si emoziona. Bello però quando i giochi ti commuovono così, sì. Sì, sì. Sì, 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 sì. Game Posters, Polysnout, Zone of the Ender, Metal Gear, Ghost Bubble. Io ci penso all'eredità, alla nostra legacy, come generazione, come esseri umani. Mamma mia. Niente, mi si è, come dire, bloccata la voce quando si tratta di parlare di cose un po' più serie, emotive, coinvolgenti. Mi lascio trasportare dalle emozioni. In pratica, tra i 3 argomenti dei suoi 3 giochi, gene, meme e scene, argomenti dei 3 Metal Gear Solid. Dovrebbero proprio fargli le statue. Ah, mi sono perso il commento di Pad. Molti degli aspetti sono già presenti in Orwell con molto più anticipo. Kojima prende tanti spunti come il suo solito fare e crea un'opera originale. Sì, assolutamente. Il mio non è sminuire questo modus operandi di tutti gli artisti, ma infatti nessuno sta sminuendo nessuno. Semplicemente Kojima attinge a delle opere già presenti in letteratura, basti vedere Sons of Liberty, è un'opera letteraria, non mi ricordo di quale autore, però sì. E, il fatto è che lui cerca in un certo modo di parlare al giocatore direttamente, contestualizzando quello che ha da dire in relazione a quello che è il tempo in cui egli stesso vive. Per questo è dannatamente attuale, per questo è maledettamente concreto. E il messaggio arriva in maniera super diretta, specialmente se si ha una certa predisposizione. Ma sentiamo.
Isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA.
Esatto.
Through speech, music, literature and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Ve l'avevo detto che avrei ceduto io, eh. E siamo solo al 2. Al 3 che si fa? Importante, importante. Concentratevi.
Did you find the Patriots list? Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people.
Esatto, i Patriots.
Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but
But what?
they're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
100 anni fa. I 12 membri presenti nel disco sono morti più di 100 anni fa. Se vogliamo, Death Stranding è molto più avanguardista di Metal Gear Solid, da questo punto di vista è un gioco quasi profetico, sì, non soltanto, ma anche questo Metal Gear Solid 2, come diceva Zorino prima, è uno dei più fraintesi della storia. Non c'è nulla di cui vergognarsi, we're humans after all. Esatto, esatto. Elefante. Nome in codice elefante. Vabbè, del resto, giudicare dalle mie fattezze un po' ci sta. Abbiamo ottenuto un nuovo oggetto, un intercambio digitale per l'episodio Tanker. Va bene. Salviamo. Sì, ma non si può paragonare Orwell con Kojima, e quello è il fatto. Cioè, infatti, sono... Beh, leggo tutto il commento prima. Cioè, lui ti mette davanti cose che sono attuali nel 2024, non nel 2001, quindi le ha pensate prima. Per me paragonare questo a Orwell che le espone in modo diverso. Inoltre qui c'è proprio un argomento totale della memetica che è una cosa proprio Dio. Sì. Va bene. Abbiamo finito Metal Gear Solid 2. Lo abbiamo finito con largo anticipo, quindi mi voglio prendere la libertà di fare 10 minuti di chiacchiera, se siete d'accordo, prima di salutarci, andare tutti a dormire, cominciare la settimana. Quindi io magari mi metto qua, mi sposto. Non sto paragonando Orwell a Kojima, sto dicendo che prende spunti anche da lui. Poi considero più questo avanguardistico anziché Death Stranding. Allora, indipendentemente da quale opera è più avanguardistica rispetto all'altra, concentriamoci su Metal Gear Solid 2. Metal Gear Solid 2 è un lascito, è un senso di responsabilità enorme che ha Kojima nei confronti dell'umanità e di quello che vuole esporre, la tesi che vuole dimostrare, tutto ciò che ruota attorno ai geni delle enfants terribles e tutto ciò che ruota attorno all'ascito delle sue stesse opere. Non è solo una questione relativa al codice genetico che questi soldati portano dentro di sé, l'eredità dei Patriots, l'eredità dei Laliluleio che avremo modo di scoprire meglio, ma è proprio l'eredità che Kojima stesso si porta dietro attraverso l'amore e la passione che prova nei confronti della letteratura, del cinema, della musica, delle arti. Cioè, nella scena post-credits si parla anche di quello che è fondamentalmente l'estinzione, una possibile previsione dell'estinzione della razza umana che prima o poi arriverà, e di come lui stesso dica, indipendentemente da quelle che saranno delle forme di vita che potrebbero tranquillamente non essere l'uomo, non riguardare l'uomo. Ed è questo il messaggio più forte di Metal Gear Solid 2, il concetto di lascito e di eredità. L'eredità di Raiden, tutte le varie analogie, la memetica di cui parlava Zorino, il fatto che abbiamo sostanzialmente ricreato Shadow Moses in un contesto diverso come quello del tanker, del plant, ma che fondamentalmente era la stessa cosa, con tutta la serie di analogie e simmetrie del caso. È bellissimo secondo me anche il messaggio o struttura che comporta il filtraggio e il controllo delle informazioni. Se è giusto che un gruppo o una persona abbia questo potere di informazione, e come anche sia difficile nonostante il controllo filtrare tale informazioni. Insomma, si può dibattere su 1000 argomenti. Sì, è verissima questa storia. Ci sono temi ricorrenti in molte opere, poi ognuno decide di trattarli a modo suo, anche in base ai medium. Dire che Kojima prende argomenti già trattati non gli toglie nulla se la sua opera è innovativa nella maniera di affrontarli, ma infatti nessuno gli ha tolto nulla. Stiamo semplicemente parlando di quelli che sono dei temi che lui tratta nelle sue opere e che chiaramente attinge non soltanto alla letteratura di un tempo, ma banalmente anche alla cultura anime giapponese, con tutta la questione relativa ai mecha, con i Metal Gear, proprio una concezione tipica di quello che è il suo bagaglio culturale, ragazzi, perché parliamoci chiaro, Kojima è un autore che non soltanto mette il suo, ma mette anche quelle che sono le sue più grandi passioni, i suoi più grandi feticci, i suoi più grandi desideri. Basti vedere Death Stranding, ha preso gli attori che gli piacevano di più e ha detto: guarda, vuoi fare questa parte? Questo è il full motion questo è il motion capture, prestati nel ruolo di questo personaggio. Ha coinvolto persino i registi, insomma, Refn, Del Toro. Cioè, Kojima è incredibile e sono sicuro che lui, insieme a pochi altri del panorama videoludico odierno, rivoluzioneranno e innoveranno ancora una volta questa palude stagnante del gaming moderno che ci sta condannando tutti ad ad una sorta di, eh, come dire, inganno passivo nell'eseguire un input ma nel non recepire alcun output. E proprio questo è il suo bagaglio, a fare Kojima un autore così prolifico. Esatto, esatto. Il fatto che lui guardi tantissimi film, si interfacci al mondo occidentale, abbia da sempre avuto un amore viscerale per la regia e per il cinema. E ora sta infatti collaborando per la realizzazione di OD e e di un'altra IP che ancora noi non conosciamo. E, e niente, ragazzi, io mi sono commosso poco fa perché? Perché magari giustamente vi starete chiedendo anche questo. Io mi sono commosso perché quello che faccio su questo canale, quello che da sempre voglio cercare di fare in tutti i modi, è lasciare un'eredità digitale, se vogliamo. Trasmettervi quelle che sono le mie passioni, trasmettervi quelli che sono i giochi che mi hanno formato come videogiocatore e hanno reso di me ciò che sono. E con le saghe epiche avremo modo di vedere questo. Quindi è per questo che mi sono commosso, perché c'ha ragione. Trasmettere qualcosa non vuol dire trasmettere, riprodursi soltanto a livello genetico, vuol dire anche condividere con gli altri quello che ti piace. Di norma gli autori che si interessano solo al proprio ambiente e solo al proprio movimento artistico sono proprio quelli meno interessanti. Vale per i videogiochi e vale per qualunque medium artistico. Diciamo che sono un po' più chiusi rispetto agli altri. Per il discorso Raiden, a me dispiace che lui abbia fatto un protagonista un po' effeminato, forse per avvicinare anche un certo pubblico. Sì, lo dice in una sua intervista Kojima che lo fa per avvicinare un pubblico femminile. Il vero intento era mettere un potenziale soldato perfetto nella simulazione, quindi lui non ti fa giocare per Snake perché lui è libero dalla simulazione stessa. Infatti Raiden è insicuro, impacciato e ammira Snake, che si dimostra anche più uomo. A me dispiace che sia stato frainteso da tutti. Comunque troppa poesia in questo gioco. Sì, Harlock è sicuramente un'opera molto più matura del suo predecessore, ma che senza il suo predecessore non starebbe in piedi. È un poco come Dark Souls 3 con Dark Souls 1. Per quanto la maturità artistica e metaforica di Dark Souls 1 sia insostituibile rispetto a qualsiasi Dark Souls successivo, Dark Souls 3 si basa interamente sul primo Dark Souls. E ci sono anche tutta una serie di simbologie e analogie ricorrenti. Grazie Digi. Nonostante Vamp. Perché Vamp? Non ho capito. Comunque, riguardo il personaggio di Raiden, vi posso dire che a me Raiden all'inizio giustamente ha fatto storcere il naso come tutti i possessori di Metal Gear Solid 2, non oso immaginare al lancio. Però alla fine l'ho capito veramente. Da non farmi parlare di DS3, va? Perché quando si tratta di esagerare... Ah, intendi Vamp come concetto di esagerazione. Eh, Ci sta. È anche vero che la Dead Cells non è minimamente paragonabile alla Fox Sound per quanto mi riguarda. Cioè io continuo, nonostante il messaggio avveniristico di fondo di Metal Gear Solid 2, continuo a preferire gli altri capitoli. Però avendolo rigiocato mi rendo conto dell'effettiva maturità e dell'effettivo potenziale che Metal Gear Solid 2 ha rispetto a tutti gli altri. C'ha quella marcia in più, non so come dire. Kojima non è superabile. Vabbè, ma nessuno lo pensa. Poi dipende di cosa parliamo. Comunque io termino l'attività di Metal Gear Solid 2 perché ho la intro in testa da 3 ore. Con la Dead Cells si è anche parato il culo. Dico, ti fa amare un gioco con un personaggio insicuro, volutamente effeminato, che scivola sulla cacca di gabbiano. Vabbè, sì, fare amare sì, ma la cosa bella di Kojima è che fa amare la qualsiasi, anche il personaggio più improbabile. E questo è il potere di un grande autore e di una grande regia soprattutto. Comunque ragazzi, io penso di avere detto abbastanza riguardo Metal Gear Solid 2, sono abbastanza stanco e sono contento di essere riuscito a portarlo a termine, a differenza della pessima figura che ho fatto giovedì scorso con Silent Hill 4, che dobbiamo ancora finire tra l'altro. Quindi che cosa vi dico? Vi dico che lunedì chiusi in chiusino, martedì bucolovino, usci fuori mercoledì, no, martedì live su The Talos Principle 2, lo portiamo avanti e anche lì dobbiamo cercare entro il mese di marzo di finirlo quantomeno, ci riusciamo, ci proviamo. E giovedì 29 finiamo Silent Hill 4 e realisticamente domenica 3 non penso che inizierò subito Snake Eater, perché c'è la probabilità che io domenica 3 sia in un altro luogo, però ve ne parlerò meglio la prossima volta. L'ha buttata lì presentandola come una folk sound dei poveri per la simulazione, sia pure giustificato il fatto che sfigurasse rispetto alla stessa folk sound. Sì, è vero, si è parato il culo, specialmente per quella questione relativa a Miss Fortune, che alla fine è anche lei una vittima degli eventi del generale della Marina che era presente nella missione Tanker, no? Sì, il correttore di Android è terribile. Metal Gear Solid, quanti codec segreti cercherai? Oddio, quelli che riuscirò a trovare, Zorino. Come tu ben sai, io non mi preparo nulla, quindi vado un po' a braccio cercando di ricordarmi il più possibile, però se mi vuoi dare qualche dritta in privata, puoi tranquillamente farlo. Anzi, sono contento se mi date dei consigli per fare una run quanto più completa possibile. ammetto che anche qui su Metal Gear Solid 2 non è che abbiamo fatto tutto in termini di segreti, chicche, curiosità, però la stragrande maggioranza sì, devo dirvi di sì. Perché immagino saprei che ci sono conversazioni uniche anche dopo 30 run, vero? No, e allora no, non posso fare 30 run, no. Non sapevo di questa cosa che dopo 30 run le conversazioni fossero diverse. Ehm, Però sì, quello che si riesce a fare nella prima run si farà. In ogni caso, ragazzi, io che vi sto a dire? Intanto ringrazio tutti coloro che stanno guardando in differita questo contenuto. Fatemelo sapere attraverso un mi piace o non mi piace, che cosa ne pensate. O banalmente qualsiasi altro feedback positivo o negativo che sia, come al solito io non obbligo nessuno. Sentitevi liberi di fare quello che vi va. E come dico sempre, un salutone e alla prossima.